Getting wired for wireless. You also need to consider the ability to future-proof your switching infrastructure. Whether you call that the ability to increase scale, the ability to upgrade existing switches, or the flexibility to modify, reconfigure, repurpose existing hardware. It's those capabilities that protect your investments and extend the useful life of the infrastructure. Wi-Fi standards, equipment, and usage is growing so rapidly that companies and organizations are refreshing their Wi-Fi networks on average every 3 years. The life cycle of a switch network, however, averages closer to 5 to 7 years for commercial enterprises and up to 7 to 10 years, particularly in the education market. So you can see that when customers are purchasing their switches, they need to consider that they'll probably need it to support not only their current Wi-Fi network, but also at least one more refresh cycle, and quite possibly more. During that period, they'll see more users, more devices per users. Our higher ed institutions are now planning 5 to 8 devices per student, and that keeps increasing. Faster devices, leveraging the latest Wi-Fi standards, and greater demand for data, such as streaming audio and video. So the ability to future-proof your switching is essential. There are multiple approaches to achieving this. You can take out your crystal ball and try to predict what you'll need for the next several years. Some vendors approach this with a chassis-based solution. Buy a big chassis with a bunch of open slots to increase capacity as needs grow. Unfortunately, that still requires a big upfront investment for a large chassis, with much of its potential capacity that won't be used for years, and will still draw a lot of power and cooling. Others just plan to rip and replace equipment as needed. For example, to replace existing switches and install new switches with faster uplink speeds. This is sometimes referred to as a forklift upgrade. Or customers can install a flexible switching network that can scale or be upgraded without having to be replaced. Look for features such as the ability to scale, allowing to easily add switches to existing infrastructure without increasing management touchpoints or network complexity. The ability to repurpose switches if you choose to change the deployment architecture. The ability to upgrade existing switches, such as faster uplinks or add advanced Layer 3 features. And an extensible architecture, such as leveraging OpenFlow for software-defined networks. Ruckus Networks offers numerous features that future-proof our switches. They're flexible, scalable, and upgradable. On our entry-level switches, the base model comes with 1 gig uplinks. Those can be upgraded to 10 gigs simply with a software license. Most of our competitors would force you to throw out their switches with the 1 gig uplinks and replace them to get 10 gigs. All Ruckus access switches have the capability to upgrade their uplinks. Our mid-range switch has swappable modules with 1, 10, or 40 gig ports. Our high-end access switch can be upgraded from 40 gig to 100 gig with a simple CLI command. Our switches scale to 12 in a stack, or up to 36 switches with Campus Fabric. And all access switches connected to the Campus Fabric inherit the advanced features of the Fabric controller, upgrading their capabilities. Ruckus supports OpenFlow hybrid port mode that allows customers to use traditional network protocols or SDN OpenFlow over the same ports. With these and other features, we allow customers to extend the life of their switches to expand, scale, and grow their networks as required without having to rip and replace. Thank you for listening. Go to www.ruckuswireless.com for more information.